Imagine waking up one day and realizing your entire life has been a lie. Allie had a simple, happy life until a chance encounter with a stranger, Xander Maddox, changed everything. Drawn to him in ways she couldn't explain, she finally felt she had found where she truly belonged. But when a DNA test reveals secrets buried for decades, her world shatters. Switched at birth. A stolen identity. A love story built on a truth too painful to bear. Now, Allie stands at a crossroads. Should she expose the truth and risk losing the love she has found, or bury it deep, knowing it could destroy everything? As past and present collide, one question remains: can love survive when the very foundation it stands on is a lie? Subscribe to the Story Portal and uncover the gripping, heartbreaking journey of love, secrets, and the search for identity. It was supposed to be just another day. Allie walked into the bookstore, the scent of old pages filling the air. She ran her fingers over the spines, searching for nothing in particular, yet feeling like she was meant to find something, or someone. And then she saw him. Xander Maddox stood at the opposite shelf, focused on a book in his hands. There was nothing extraordinary about him at first glance: tall, dark hair, sharp features, but something about him pulled her in. Their eyes met, and for a moment, the world around them faded. It wasn't attraction, not entirely. It was something deeper, something unspoken. "Sorry," he said, realizing he had been staring. "Do we know each other?" Allie hesitated. "I don't think so." But why did it feel like they did? The feeling didn't go away. Days passed, and Allie found herself thinking about Xander more than she should. Their accidental meetings became more frequent, each one making her heart pound with a sense of familiarity she couldn't explain. Then, one evening, they sat at a quiet cafe, sipping coffee as the city hummed around them. "There's something strange about this," Xander admitted. "It's like I've known you forever." Allie nodded, wrapping her fingers around her cup. "I feel it too." They laughed, brushed it off as coincidence. But the feeling lingered. And it wasn't going away. It started as a joke. "You ever take one of those ancestry DNA tests?" Xander asked, smiling. Allie shrugged. "No, but I've always been curious." The next day, they both ordered kits, laughing as they sealed their samples and sent them off, never expecting the truth that was about to unravel. Weeks later, the results arrived. Allie opened hers, scanning through the report, until her heart stopped. The parents who raised her were not her biological parents. Hands trembling, she scrolled through the list of potential relatives. And there it was. A match. Xander Maddox. Her breath hitched. This couldn't be right. But deep down, she already knew. She wasn't who she thought she was. And neither was he. Allie's hands shook as she clutched her phone. She read the words over and over, but they refused to make sense. Sibling match, Xander Maddox, 99.9% probability. Her breath came in short gasps. Her stomach twisted. This was impossible. It had to be a mistake. Frantically, she double-checked the names, the numbers, anything that could explain it away. But the result was clear: Xander wasn't just some stranger she felt connected to. He was her brother. The realization sent a wave of nausea through her. Memories of their conversations, the effortless way they clicked, the pull she had felt toward him, it all suddenly took on a horrifying meaning. "No," she whispered. "No, no, no." Tears blurred her vision as she grabbed her phone and dialed the only number that could give her answers. Her mother. The line rang. And rang. And then, "Allie?" Her mother's voice was laced with surprise. Allie swallowed the lump in her throat. "Mom, I need to ask you something. And I need you to be honest with me." A pause. Then, a quiet, "Okay." She took a deep breath. "Was I adopted?" Silence. The kind of silence that answers the question before words even form. Allie, her mother finally said, voice trembling. There's something we never told you. And just like that, Allie's world collapsed. The truth unraveled in pieces, each one more devastating than the last. Her parents weren't her biological parents. She had been switched at birth in a hospital error that was covered up for decades. The people she had called family weren't her blood at all. And Xander? He was the son of the parents she was meant to have. I wanted to tell you, her mother whispered over the phone. But we were afraid. Afraid of losing you. Allie's voice cracked. You already lost me. Tears streamed down her face as she ended the call, her heart shattering into pieces. What was she supposed to do now? Tell Xander the truth and watch everything they had built crumble? Or keep it a secret and live with the weight of it forever? There was no right answer. Only pain. And the knowledge that nothing would ever be the same again.